All right, we are filming right now live. Good morning, everybody. You're looking at Jacob right now. This is my writing partner. This is Chad Films, Chad Trades, Chad Visions. I'm just brainstorming with Jacob. He's my writing partner, man. He's a writer. He's a novelist. He's a self-help. He does self-help.
Self-help.
He does self-help, man. He has already published books, audio books. Like he's like real professional with it. He's so now he's my writing partner and he's helping me with fiction. I don't know if he normally did fiction before he met me or if he was just really just pursuing just the self-help, but I was just like doing the opposite where it was like I just knew I didn't achieve enough success in my life yet to really do self-help. So I was really making self-help novels. My novels are really self-help disguised in a story instead of just like do this with your life kind of thing. And it's like, who am I? So I took more of the novelist approach and I'll just make a self-helping story inside of a concept, but Jacob transitioned over to creative writing like really well, he really helps me with ideas and stuff. So we're always brainstorming off the camera and off the audio, and we're shooting all these great ideas. And then he's like, "Yo, we need to start brainstorming." So now he's in the spot where I'm always trapping my videos. We got the Modelo, smoking cigarettes, and we vibing, and then we're talking about two different ideas at the same time, bouncing back and forth between two different story ideas that are basically the same theme, but are the theme is expressed in both stories differently, through different concepts. So we use two different concepts to express the same thing. And that's something I might not have done before on purpose. So I might have to start doing that on purpose now, splitting every theme I have into two concepts. Tell this story, tell this thing twice in two different concepts.
Right. Right. With uh, same characteristics in the story, however, from different vantage points. So the vantage point we're focusing on now are value value in the characteristic would be the value in people. So one's from more of a kind of a wholesome standpoint, whereas you have, your typical good guy who's just viewed in improper light. Uh, and secondly, you have one that is also same scenario, has good intentions, but they're they're viewed in more of a like a horrific, sadistic type of
That was the
life.
word that was in my head first, and then you said horrific, and I was like, okay, cool,
Right.
cool. Because you see, yeah, like we're on the same tangent, bro. We're on the same wave with it. We wave it out. He says something, it sparks an idea.
And it's consistent.
Yeah,
It's
we're
back and
ping
forth.
ponging right now, bro. It's like, yo, what about this? And he's like, yeah, I like that, but what about this? And it's like, yo, matter of fact, why you swinging that shit so hard? You know what I'm saying?
And the ball is just
Yeah.
it's back and forth. It's back and forth over the table. And however, this is giving you guys the opportunity to actually see what these processes look like. What these processes entail. In like high levels of creativity that, as we mentioned, typically don't get. They typically don't get viewed. They don't get viewed. They're It's sought after information, but it's never actually. It's very rarely recorded. Very rarely recorded. So that's what we're getting out now. So we starting laying a platform for the guy who the kidnapper. Who's
All right, so the first story the first one we're gonna talk about is the kidnapper, right?
Right.
All right. Hold on, I'm looking at the chart real quick. All right, so hold on one second. All right, so we have two ideas, and they're basically like really similar. That's why I had to ask him, like, hold up, like what we're saying about one story can apply for the other one. It was just a different concept, so we'll have to have different details, but the same theme can still be there. It was like both of the characters are holding people hostage for different reasons because they see how valuable they are, and they're really only holding the person based on how valuable they actually are. It's not to get anything in exchange for them. They did not kidnap the person for any other reason but because they wanted to kidnap the person.
Right. It was a positive outcomes in both scenarios. Uh, they're just the method in which they went about it is, that's kind of the storyline. So uh, initially, the first being the guy he's actually taking hostages as like a form of self-help for the individual that he's taking capture. So helping that individual is only possible through the kidnap, which, like as the story plays out, then it becomes obvious why that individual needed to go through that experience in order to, overcome their their mental perception of themselves and kind of bring them into their own greatness, if you will. So, uh, so typically he uses, uh, banks, say grocery stores, heavily populated areas where uh, he can get a hold of hostages, and in that time frame that he has them, he's able to like kind of make like instrumental changes in their life. And obviously from the outside, from the public, law enforcement is viewed as, it's just the hostage thing. So they're assuming he wants the money, he wants the gold, he wants the safe, But in this time frame that all that's going on the outside, internally, he's actually using this experience for people to like become better, leaving this experience. And he's selfless with it. He's not asking for anything, nor is he concerned with the outcome of whatever the scenario brings. I mean, he has an exit plan, obviously, because he does this, consistently. So his strategy also becomes another part of the story, a very intricate part of the story, because you get the chance to see like the genius in what he does, and that he's able to avoid capture each time somehow going through these situations. So yeah, so that's kind of a start for it. And obviously, as the stories play out through each scenario, you get a chance to see how that scenario affected the individual, how it affected, the families, how it affected whatever they were going through at the moment, and made them some better people, letting them see the value in themselves. So obviously, the characters that are inside of the that are being taken capture typically are, high depression, anxiety, so on and so forth. So he's like this kidnapping therapist, in a sense. And at different points in history, people, use like different like thinking like shock treatment and like LSD and stuff to fix fix issues. So it's an extreme version of help, and yeah, so, and that's that's kind of where we landed in that, and yeah. So, but uh, next step obviously would be the storyline, his storyline, starting there. Then his background, his educational background.
Yeah, I was thinking he could have been an economist.
Yeah,
That's why he doesn't care about money. Like,
exactly.
he has to know something specialized to be like that.
Right.
To he's not crazy the way he's just turning down the money, but it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right.
Like, he has to be a high profile thinker.
Yeah, very high profile thinker.
not about the money. Like I wanted to have like a Joker vibe. Like it's not about the money.
No.
It's not about the money. All you care about is the money. That's why you're here in the Bay. When I came in with the gun, and you saw the money didn't stop you from the gun. I could have took the money with the gun. You couldn't take the gun with the money though, and now you got a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You thought it was all about the money, and I'm here to tell you, some people don't give a damn about the money. All you niggas ever talk about is money. If y'all would have went about your day and spent time with your families and never came up in this bank, y'all would be on the outside watching this on the news right now. But instead, you the news.
You are the news.
You know what I'm saying?
The news.
Like he's motivational. He's not scary. He's not hurting you. He's letting you know.
If
you didn't care about your bills so much, bitch, how you gonna pay your bills now? You better pay them on your phone, bitch, because you're not getting out of here.
You're not getting out of here.
Not to the money. Not until I get my demands. What's my demands? For them to he can make his demands outrageous,
right?
Like on their behalf. My demands are for you. My demand is for your boss to give you a promotion. You're not gonna get out of here alive unless your boss. You like some shit like that.
Right.
Like I'm gonna show you how to pimp the system. Check this out.
Right.
Like
benefit. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All of you all have been tripping. Y'all have not seen your true value, and I'm here to show you your true value this evening. Shoot a couple shots right there, and then you cut to the outside, bang, everybody, oh, they're firing.
Right, and there's so many in there.
And then come back to just ceiling dust falling on him, like, laughing at the fact that they think something's going on.
That's something.
To just let him know, look, every couple of minutes I'm gonna fire a couple of rounds in the fucking ceiling, so you know what I'm saying?
Keep them on high alert.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this would be the funniest hostage take. It's like the Cat in the Hat that held your hostage.
Right.
It's like the Cat in the Hat. Damn near.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Very, very PG. Then, so then it'll also with the crazy demands, right?
The demands for them. His demands have nothing to do with him.
And that becomes even another layer to the story because of the confusion that it's creating on the outside with law enforcement.
It's like, are these niggas in cahoots with him?
Right.
Why is he looking? Right. Why is he trying to get you a promotion? Hey, and then cut to the end, just like Inside Man, they did the interrogation of everybody, right? They did the interrogation of everybody. Cut to that, like
exactly.
Why did he get your boss to
do? Yeah, like you had to have.
You don't know this man at all, and he got you a promotion based on a hostage negotiation. You know what I'm saying?
And then it layers off.
This is crazy. Bro, this is crazy.
It layers off consistently. Like,
this is crazy.
And with it being all of those layers, it tying back at the end, that's the satisfaction. That's the satisfaction that you guys can enjoy that right there. How all of the layers tie right back in to the self-worth. So then, after you go through the interrogations, and then you get to see these people live happily ever after. And then in Spain, say for instance, one of the final cuts in Spain, you see a storyline verbatim to the one that started this one. He's back at it again. He's back at it again. This is like
he's on a mission.
I'm
on a mission from God to show you your true value by any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
And if I have to die doing it, then so be it. It was a pleasure to meet your value. Like this movie, nothing can ever beat this movie. Like this movie is like this is the feel-good movie of the year. Like the whole purpose, the only reason this nigga held you hostage was so you could realize how valuable you were. You were tripping. It's like Jigsaw without the life or death game.
Right. Everybody.
Everybody lives.
Everybody lives.
But y'all gonna have some serious time to think about what y'all be doing with your lives because you're not getting out of here tonight.
You're not getting out of here tonight.
It's like because normally you would say like you're not getting out of here alive. So you're not getting out of here tonight. Or you're not getting out of here just a week. I'm gonna hold you hostage for 7 days, and I'm gonna completely change your life.
And that adds to it. So the length
I'm gonna hold you hostage for 7 days. I'm gonna make sure you're fed. Everything's gonna be cool. We're gonna get your kids babysat. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry. But if anybody tries to leave, we're gonna have a serious fucking problem.
Have issues. And all throughout these days, like now, what is it?
So you fuck with that? The 7 days thing?
Yeah,
So we're gonna go with that?
great. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's great.
Now that's
because
crazy.
That gives him time
That's
to
crazy.
actually get these things accomplished.
What's the longest hostage negotiation ever? Some shit like that. Besides Iran Contra, another country kidnapping citizens, journalists. Besides that whole Afghanistan kind of thing.
Like
but it's called
type of scenario.
Yeah, something domestic.
Yeah.
Something on domestic soil.
Right.
What's the longest bank robbery ever?
Like before it ain't 7 days for certain. Huh? Damn sure ain't 7 days. So that already becomes like. So now we talking like news headlines. We talking this is a national story. This is now becoming like something that people are waking up, like checking Twitter, checking fucking Facebook, checking their feeds to pay attention to, the follow.
I'm having a flash for a title, I'm not sure, but like all week banking and shit like that, like it kind of alludes to it.
That.
Like something like that. Because you know, banks be like that, like Best Savings Bank, 7-day bank, some shit. You know what I'm saying? 7-day bank. You know what I'm saying? The bank's open 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
7-day bank kind of thing. It's like, well, that's a good thing. Hey, we come in 7 days. A word? 7-day bank. Y'all niggas think never gonna go home? Where you gonna go? Bank on a Sunday?
All right.
Not even that Sunday.
You won't be out. You won't be out until
the 7-day bank is not closed for a week, but you can't leave. It's closed with you in it.
What is technically an offense?
I'm not gonna look it up.
Offenses are technically offenses, and the reason it made me think of it. Like what technically an offense is. Because with the 7-day theory, thinking like 7-day event, which is technically a religion, but it's like, can that be swapped into how much interest